The 2026 FIFA World Cup, round of 16. Switzerland nil, Colombia nil, 4-3 on penalties. Switzerland advance to the quarterfinals for the first time since 1954. Switzerland getting off to a slow start at this World Cup. That opening draw to Qatar, we thought, what's going on here? Are they in decline? Could they crash out early? But this is officially their deepest run in over 70 years. They're pulling off this historical achievement at the BC Place in Vancouver, Canada. Let's talk about this game. So, Colombia entered this knockout matchup with high expectations, and they dominated the early possession. Sellout crowd, predominantly clad in yellow, provided a roaring atmosphere for the South Americans. However, the first half largely turned into an uneventful tactical battle. Colombia generated several dangerous moments, with Gustavo Puerta unleashing a curling long-range shot in the 21st minute that forced an acrobatic save from Swiss goalkeeper Gregor Kobel. Switzerland's primary chance fell to Fabian Rader and Dan Nodoye around the 30th minute mark, but both of their attempts were comfortably handled by Colombian keeper Camilo Vargas. This was somewhat of a repeated pattern for Colombia here that identified back to the group stages, which is, save for the Uzbekistan game, defensively this team, very solid, incredibly difficult to break down. But going forward, other than Luis Diaz, there's just not a lot of attacking quality on this team in terms of finishing chances that get created. And I felt to myself, this would come back to bite Colombia. I predicted a 1-1 draw with Switzerland winning on penalties, but it turned out to be 0-0. I'm not surprised. Switzerland missing Manzambi for this game. I think Vargas as well. That was a big loss. But coming up against a Colombian team who would have the home crowd advantage, a lot of Colombians living in the U.S., I still just felt Switzerland would have enough to come through here because of the fact that Colombia just really lacking in clinical ability and finesse up top to put away chances. And it's a shame because Colombia, with a proper striker, would be a real dark horse in this tournament to go on a deep run to like a semifinal or so. Second half, let's talk. The defensive deadlock persisted through the second 45 minutes. Switzerland manager Murat Yakin set his team up to aggressively disrupt Colombia's rhythm. Clear-cut opportunities remained at a premium, though Colombia's Luis Suarez sliced a wide shot from the promising position. The game truly burst into life during extra time periods. 0-0 after 90 minutes. Colombia came close, admittedly, to breaking the tie when defender John Lucumi, he rattles the crossbar with a dangerous header from a corner kick. Colombia, notoriously dangerous on set pieces. Later in extra time, Jaminton Campes, who was a bright spark off the bench for Colombia, he blazes a golden chance over the crossbar after a rare defensive miscue by Granit Xhaka. That was the moment right there. But again, just Colombia, decent on set pieces, free kicks, just lacking up top with putting away chances. They had numerous chances against the DR Congo, numerous chances against Portugal in the group stages. They should have beaten Ghana by more than just the one goal margin. They should have iced them. But they didn't, despite being the dominant team in every game that they've played so far. This game here with Switzerland being, of course, a little bit more even. But there were opportunities in extra time for Colombia to take this by the scruff of the neck and seal the deal and get that Copa America rematch against Argentina in the quarterfinals. So it wasn't meant to be, and because of that, we went on to penalty shootouts. Having failed to capitalize during the 120 minutes, both teams and their fans going through the anxiety of spot kicks, the shootout dramatically turned against Colombia early on when Davinson Sanchez blasted his attempt off the underside of the goal, and Chuco Hernandez was later denied by a diving save from Kobel. And although Switzerland's Manuel Akanji skied his penalties into the rafters, Cedric Itten and Ruben Vargas coolly converted their respective kicks to seal the 4-3 shootout victory for Switzerland and send Murat Yakin's bench into celebration. Nestor Lorenzo sad after the game. With this result, Switzerland now the sixth European side to make it to the knockouts of this competition. Did the better team go through? I think, yeah, just about. Yeah, just about the better team went through. Colombia have only themselves to blame for that lack of clinical ability in the final third. That's their own fault. They need to sort out their striker situation that they've been struggling with since the end of the summer of 2024 at the Copa America. Has this been a successful tournament for Colombia? Moderately successful, I would say. Winning a group with Portugal in it is always a positive note, but there was a chance here against a non-powerhouse nation to book your ticket into the last 8, and they weren't able to do it. I'm happy for Switzerland. It's been a long time coming for Switzerland. They've been a very consistent second-tier European team the last 20 years of international football. Round of 16 always being their exit. Coming into this tournament with an extra knockout round, meaning they'd have to win 2 knockout games in order to make that quarterfinal, crack it past that barrier. And they got it done against Algeria. They got it done against Colombia here. Went the full distance, but they got it done. And Switzerland will come against Argentina. And I'll tell you this now. Switzerland has a decent chance here to beat Argentina. They are better than Cape Verde and Egypt. They have more pieces up front in the attack that can really hurt Argentina. They have better defenders, I think, than Egypt does. And I'm calling upset alert. I'm not saying they will beat Argentina, but there is a chance here. In Switzerland, you make the quarterfinals of the World Cup, you look at the teams that are remaining. Every team left in the competition has a non-zero percent chance of winning this tournament. Switzerland can reasonably hope to keep going further and to really make a case to win this World Cup. I actually believe that. Argentina is not playing its best football. They're leaking in goals. They're relying on Messi a lot to bail them out of jail. And Switzerland are a ruthless, tournament-experienced team. Cape Verde was not. Egypt, a little bit more than Cape Verde, but not as much as Switzerland, not even close. There's a real, tangible opportunity here for an upset. Anyway, so for Colombia, they go back home. The Swiss go into the last 8. Good luck to the Swiss. Better luck next time for Los Cafeteros of Colombia.